So we finished watching the first 13 episodes of the new Bakugan Gen 3 reboot show, and this is what I think of the series so far. Now please don't take this as a season star rating. The season is not finished yet. It's only the first half that is available on Netflix right now, and we are getting the second half pretty soon. I think. But this video is pretty much my initial thoughts on what's happened in the show so far, so call this a halfway point review. I do have full reviews of each individual episodes up right now on my channel, so definitely go check them out, but I'm just here giving you the rundown of what my impression on it so far is. So as you know, this is a complete reboot of Bakugan again, which is already a pretty big controversy itself within the community. They went 5 years into the initial reboot and decided instead of continuing the thing they established and built for 5 years, they wanted to reboot again because their new idea was
play, let it rip. Let's fight an epic battle. Face off and spin the metal. No time for down now, no place for backing down.
Suspiciously, the same time Beyblade X was getting announced, but that's neither here nor there. Now because of this reboot, they completely switched around the casting characters, which is not too surprising. Obviously, the only ones coming back are Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Dan Kuzo and Dragonoid, but instead of the awesome Brawlers, we got newer characters of similar nature. Griffin Tesley, Mia Ono, Juno Reyes, Thunder Crunch, and some pets. Now this reboot is the first iteration that Dragonoid will not be voiced by Jason DeLion, who did Dragonoid's voice since the very first series. Instead, Dragonoid is done by fellow legacy actor Kyle Derrick. Nilius and Trunks from Gen 2 come back as well, no sign of another version of Shin Gazami. Yet. The story of the show is pretty much Bakugan are stuck on Earth, they adjust to life on Earth, even getting jobs, Drago works at McDonald's, but brawling has become banned because of rampaging, kids rebel and made an underground fight league, Drago and the others make a clan based on diversity, political commentary here and there, there's a Home Alone episode, and practically the rest of the series past the first few episodes is just meeting new characters and finding out more about the Bakugan history as it goes on. As a start of a series, it's not actually bad introducing characters and getting the audience to warm up to these new characters. It builds a connection and really gets us to care about them. Each character actually really has engaging stories and go through character arcs. Dan builds up on how to become a leader, Mia struggles to hide her Bakugan life from her parents, Griffin has anxiety and self-confidence issues, Juno is hyperactive. Okay, we actually don't have much of a character arc for her right now. Thunder Crunch is trying to find out who he really is. Yes, I am not misspeaking here. This kid who looks like Tai Kamiya is named Thunder Crunch because he was experimented on in like some Bakugan Winter Soldier program or something, and the trauma around those experiments made him lose his memory. Despite that, he is still a cinnamon roll carefree kid who acts like none of that even happened in the first place. They all group together and form the Misfit clan because they are all different, which is something the other clans don't like. Drago is practically the center of the overall plot of the show because he preaches the ideals of diversity and unity. He's revealed to be the one that accidentally sent Bakugan to Earth in the first place when he tried to stop Nilius from practically committing genocide. I see Drago as a relatable character, definitely more different than the Jason DeLion Dragos. And then there are the other clans. The Insect clan led by Backslash is a tech group, the Mammo clan is some wild military group, the Aquatic clan is a group of surfer dudes, the Dino clan are pro wrestlers apparently, the Avian clan are just birds, and the Dragon clan is led by Nilius. Yeah, Nilius is back and he actually has character to him now. In the last gen, I found that Nilius didn't really have a character other than being a loyal Bakugan for Magnus, but in this gen he actually has a very entertaining character of a power-hungry psychomaniac. They went back to the Gen 2 way of doing kaiju fighting monsters for Bakugan rather than adopting the real-life game into the anime. I mean, to be fair, the real-life game blows ass, so I wouldn't want to adapt it into any anime ever. For the most part, the combat is pretty good when they actually focus on the Bakugan, but the moment usually gets taken away when they consistently cut to the human characters, and most of the time, at least one of the human characters don't even move. There are even some action scenes that really felt phoned in because they had to meet some quota, and there are even some scenes that felt extremely rushed, or they did things in those scenes that served no purpose whatsoever. I think it's because of the runtimes each episode was given that they can't or barely were able to really allow the audience to appreciate the fighting animations. Yeah, the episodes are broken up into two halves again like in Gen 2, which is fine if you're telling separate short stories, but this is a continuous linear narrative. Just make full 22-minute episodes. It's fine! Stop the 2 11-minute episode format! Please! I'm begging you! I will give up eating Hello Panda forever if it means no longer suffering from the 2 11-minute format that makes no sense being in this anime! So because of this being a reboot, they completely changed the whole new cast of voice actors for the show. We first got this indication from Devin Mack, who voiced Winton in Gen 2, revealing that Griffin was being voiced by one of his voice students, who turns out to be Safira Bukasa. Julia Polo plays Discount Julie, Rainbow Sun Franks plays Discount Sharktar, Doug Hatters plays the new Trox, Christina Nova plays The Bird is the Word Ventry, Desmond Snan plays Thunder Crunch, Kaya Kaneshiro plays Best Girl Mia, Mike Taylor is Dan Kuzo. And I'm on record to saying Mike Taylor is the Tom Holland Dan Kuzo. If Scott McCord is the already iconic and established Tommy Maguire Dan Kuzo, and Jonah Weinberg is the made it amazing with what little opportunity he was given Andrew Garfield Dan Kuzo, then I think Mike Taylor is the still trying to find his footing but on a great track Tom Holland Dan Kuzo. Voice actors from Gen 2 even come back to voice characters in Gen 3. Alan Turner, who played Gillator in Gen 2, is now Nilius. Carson Gale, who was Master Blue of the Masters of Disastrously Wasted Characters, is now Nilius' brawler KAIJU. Jonah Weinberg and Jason DeLine even come back as Surfer Dude and his fish. Julius Cho, who voiced Magnus, plays a Shy Kid. Josh Graham, who was Falcron and Storm, now plays Scrap Naruto character, and British Dino. Jamie Jo Gonzaga, who was Shingazami, now plays Furry Clan's Lieutenant. Vocal performance-wise, they're really good. Kaya Kaneshiro as Mia and Alan Turner as Nilius are probably my top 2 highlights. Kyle Derrick's take on Drago is unique but still fits the character, though because this was animated by a Japanese studio with Japanese dialogue in mind, the struggle to fit the lip sync with the localized dialogue shows its ugly head a few times. Some episodes even touch on real-life themes like dealing with internet trolls, commentary on the treatment and struggles of immigrants, dealing with being made a meme. It can be pretty good stuff sometimes. The start of the series was not a great first impression for me, as the first episode was extreme amounts of exposition dump, but it does get better as it goes on. In contrast to Dragonoid in the past series being used to develop Dan's character, this gen it seems Dan is now used to develop Drago's character, so I find that pretty neat that they're exploring Bakugan's humanity. But overall, the series so far, with the 13 episodes that are out right now, it's been pretty good. I'm curious to see what the next half will bring and what stories they will tell, especially since the 13th episode teases the V character, who seems to be some masked terrorist or something. Yeah, we will have to see what that is, but so far, this series has piqued my interest. It's not a series that is going to change your life or blow you away or win any Crunchyroll awards or anything, but it's good entertainment that is serviceable enough to spend your Saturday morning watching. I probably did leave out a few things, but this is really just a short rundown of what I think of it so far, and I think it's just stuff that you'll have to discover for yourself. It's not that insanely deep, but check out the Gen 3 series for yourself. The first half of the season is on Netflix right now, as I've said, and if you do, you're in for a decent time. But let me know what you think of the show so far in the comments down below. Support BakuTalk by pressing the thumbs up and give us a subscribe for more awesome Bakugan content. I've been Haru Red, thank God for Rapid Fire, Ventry is based, and Mia is best girl. Bye!